Much, teachers. It's great to see all of you again after the Scratch webinar. And I suppose all the teachers from all across India are joining the session. That is really great. The teachers, I would like to know, really, very good evening, Sayani ma'am. I would request all of you to tell me from which schools are you joining? Which school and the place you are joining from? I would like to see the messages coming from your side. Hello, Aman ma'am. Good evening, Madhusha ma'am. Okay. I think, yes, a lot of teachers again joining in. Teachers would love to see which schools you are joining from and which place as well. Okay, Manjusha ma'am says National Public School, Rajendra Nagar, Ghaziabad. Okay, Astha ma'am also from the same school. Learning Temple School, Major Ajab Singh Convent School. Okay. Maruti Senior Secondary School. That's nice. Delhi Public School also. Rampurat, I think I had a training session with this school. Okay, Delhi Public School, Rampurat, right? Jammu Sanskriti School. Yes, I remember this school as well. Okay, Vivek International Public School from Himachal Pradesh. Wonderful. So everybody from India is joining the session right now. Thank you so much for such an amazing response, teachers. Requesting all of you to turn on your cameras. St. Joseph School, Apex International. Yes, Amandeep ma'am. I remember you were there in the Scratch webinar also and you were answering frequently. That too,
Yes,
all the
sir.
correct answers. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
Thank you so much for joining. Okay. Priyanka ma'am is joining
Good
from
evening,
Major.
ma'am.
Yes. Hello, ma'am. Good evening. Good evening to all of you. I welcome you all to another webinar from YOLO Techie. We are here for the Canva webinar today, and I hope you are all joining the webinars that are happening every Thursday and making the most out of it. How is it going on, teachers? Okay, now that most of you have joined, I would like to request again to turn on your cameras, teachers, so that I can see your lovely smiles. And because it's almost all the time we meet more virtually, right? So let me see you all. It would be a great thing. Requesting all of you to turn on the cameras, teachers. All right, so I think we should begin. Yes, teachers? Do you have a green signal from your side? Shall we begin? All right, all right. So let's get started, teachers. Let me help you understand what we are going to do today and what are we going to learn. And definitely, you all know whenever we have these webinars, there are so many interesting things that you would be learning along with the trainers, right? So my name is Anjali, and let's begin with the webinar. All right, I'm sharing the screen, teachers. Okay, I've got a thumbs up from so many teachers. Thank you so much, ma'am. So let's begin. And here we are. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Teachers requesting you to please give me a thumbs up or share a message in the chat. Okay, okay. Shubhangi ma'am says yes. Manjusha ma'am says yes. Okay, thank you so much, teachers. So many of you have already started responding here. That's a great thing. All right, teachers. So let's move further and see what we have in today's session. So as you can see, this is the techie training for Canva, right? A webinar. So let's move further. And we already have all of you on camera, most of you on camera, right? So what are the things that we are going to discuss in today's session? Very first thing, introduction to Canva. Then we will explore Canva. And then we will also create some projects in Canva. So what exactly is Canva? I would like to know from all of you teachers, have you used Canva? How many of you have used Canva or are using it? Can you all tell me?
मैम जैसे पीपीटी हम उसमें पावर पॉइंट यूज करते हैं तो उसकी जगह पे हम कैनवा को यूज कर रहे हैं।
ये तो बहुत बढ़िया बात है मैम. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दैट रिस्पॉन्स. मतलब डायरेक्टली कैनवा में क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, राइट? अमनदीप मैम से, पंकज, प्रियंका मैम से, यस यस. तो ये तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. तो कैनवा जैसे आपने ऑलरेडी देखा होगा, बहुत सारी चीजें क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. आई होप ऑल द टीचर्स प्रेजेंट हियर डू अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी. So can I be bilingual, Hindi and English both?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, perfect.
Yes, exactly, ma'am.
That would be great,
Yes,
right?
yes. Both the languages preferable.
अच्छा interaction होता है, right? Okay, thank you, teachers. Whenever you are not speaking, please keep your mics off. And yes, the camera can be on all the time, teachers. Thank you so much. So, teachers, you all know that Canva is an interesting online graphic design platform which is going to help us create so many amazing things. There can be, I would say, WhatsApp posts that can be created, social media posts that we can create, videos, presentations, posters, even for, I would say, yes, I think someone did mention that you use it for presentation also. So Canva is an amazing tool, easy to use, and we can have so many designs that can be created here. And also predefined templates are available in Canva. So we will try to use as many things as possible in the next 1 hour, and we will try to make the most of this webinar. All right, so let's first begin with the exploration of Canva. Now, I would like to mention, teachers, one thing, that the platform that you see here is the screenshot. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's explore the Canva directly. All right, so here I'm typing the URL as canva.com. All right, and then let's log in. Now, the first thing that we will have to do is to log in or sign up. If you already have an account, teachers, you can click the login button, and otherwise you can click the sign up button. So I already have an account. Let's click login. And teachers, what you can do is you can practice simultaneously along with me. And if you've got questions, you can turn on your mic and let me know, or also you can type it in the chat. But I would say write down your questions, teachers, so that we can have that discussion at the end. All right, let's begin, teachers. Now here, let's use an account. I'm using an account from our organization. Let's begin here. So here we are. The theme now appears black because my system's theme is black. So do not worry, teachers. It might be white or black for you, depending on your system's theme. All right. Now, let's move further and see the platform, understand the interface properly, and then we will use it for our design purpose. All right. Now, the very first thing here, teachers, we can see several options. That is create. Now, this create button will help us create several things. It could be a presentation, it could be a certificate, it could be a resume. Again, there is poster, presentation, so many things, right? Now, this is the home button, which will take us to the home page of Canva. Then we have the different projects that we can that we have created. Templates are present. Now, templates is a huge gallery available here for us, through which we can create several interesting things. Teachers, I would request again to all of you to please keep your mics off when you are not speaking. We are getting a little background noise, teachers. So it would be good if you all keep your mics off. So you can keep your cameras on, right? And this brand option is available, which is going to help you create the brand templates, or you can say the fonts that you use at your school or your organization every time, the images, the logo, all these things can be put in the brand template so that everyone in the organization will be able to use it. Next is the Canva AI, which is an AI feature we have available with Canva, through which we can create images, design, or even code. There are so many other options. Next is the apps tab, where we can have different apps linked to Canva. We are going to come to the other parts also. Now, let's do one thing. Let's see what we are going to do today. Okay, so as of now, you have all seen what are these options here on the left side, how we can create different things, correct? So let's do one thing. First, let's try to create something. Now, what do we create? We can create a poster or maybe a presentation. Let's see what we have in for us today. So we have already seen this different components. I'm going to show you the details also once we open the project. Okay. So first thing is the project. There are two different projects that we will be covering today, teachers. First one is the project created from the topics of grade 6. As you can see, this is a poster on education. And second one is a project again from grade 6 only, but I would not reveal the name right now. I'll tell you once we start that project, because that name itself is the feature we are going to see in Canva. So very first project is that of the education, correct? So let us see. Now this poster that you see, teachers, what are the different things that you see inside this poster? I would like to have your responses in the chat. We will be going to Canva. We will be practicing all the things that we are seeing here. But I would like to know, get your inputs on this. What all different things do you see here on Canva right now? Okay. Amandeep ma'am says text and images. That's correct, ma'am. Anything else? Any specific word that you can tell me that you are able to see here? Come on, teachers. I would like to have responses from you all. Shapes, graphics. Yes, Pooja ma'am, that's the correct word. Bahun ma'am, I'm able to see your response also. It's graphics, right? Very correct. Graphics is an interesting thing that we can add into this project. All right, teachers. So let's take a look at the project first. And here we will be able to create the project in two different ways. One is using the templates, and second one, we create it from scratch. All right. So what we'll do is we will create the project from scratch and understand how it is going to be. So here, okay. Devaprito sir, yes, I think create presentation. Okay, that can also be done. Right, right. So let's look for a poster here. Now, there will be two different types of poster, teachers. I mean, I'm talking about the way it is going to look. One in a vertical way, which is called as a portrait mode, and the other one is a horizontal, which is called as the landscape mode. So we will use portrait mode. And again, you can always set the size as per your requirements. That completely depends on you. Now, let us take a look at the entire interface that we see in front of us right now. On the left-hand side, we can see design. Design means where we get templates. Templates, there are so many of them which we can use. Maybe you can see a birthday card here, or let's say recently it was Mother's Day, right? So we can have that as well. You can see so many of them can be added. We can add it directly. All we have to do is to click and the template appears here. Okay. Now, I do not want this template at this moment. So what we will do is there is an undo button here. So we can click and remove it from here. It will go away. Okay, saving has paused. Teachers, I hope you are all able to hear me. Seems like there's some internet problem. Okay, never mind. Let's go back. One second, teachers. Yes. Okay, let's add a page here. Now, we have seen here what are the templates, right? What were the different things that we could add? Like we had a search bar here. We could directly use the different things that we want. Okay, let me click the back button again. Let's create a poster once more. Portrait. Yes, we are using the portrait mode, teachers. So we have seen the template can be used. That is one method, but we will be creating everything from the scratch. So what are the different components that we will be using here? First thing, this part that you see on your screen right now, teachers, that is called the canvas. In this case, it is a blank canvas. So let's understand the different things again. Here we have the design. I've already shown you the templates. Styles is where we change the color of the entire poster, or you can say the color scheme that can be changed. Next is the elements tab, where we can add different elements. Now, let's say here we would like to see something, for example, lemon. Okay, I'm just giving an example, teachers. So what do we want? Do we want graphics, photographs, video, frame? All of that will be visible here using the search bar. We just have to type the keyword that we are looking for, and then we can clearly see it here. All right. So let's close this. Then comes the text part. Now, text is where, is something we can add throughout the poster or whatever we are creating here, whatever design we are creating in Canva. There is a text box option. We have the heading options, heading, subheading, even a little text, or you can say body text, that's called, right? All these things are available here and we can use them. Some of them you can see here are already in some style already created, where you can see different font styles, sizes, colors, and so many more things. So these can be used directly. All we have to do is to click, and you can see it gets, it comes on the canvas. So let's delete it here. Let's come to the next section, which is the brand. Now, like I said before, teachers, we can create a brand kit. Like, for example, there are so many things that you use in your school. It could be a presentation where you use a logo, maybe a result sheet where you use the logo of the school, or you can say a proper color scheme or some kind of header and footer that you use. All of that can be added to the brand kit. The colors can be added. As you can see, logos, colors, fonts, videos, photos, graphics. So many things can be added and we can make a brand out of it. That is the school brand or your organization brand. Then comes the uploads part, where we can upload the different things that we can use, multimedia, I would say, that we can use in our designs. There is image, videos, and audio also. Next is the tools section, where we can have different tools. If we want to draw something, let's say we want to draw, and you can see here, there's a tool to do that as well. Or if you want to use a highlighter or some kind of calligraphy, there is an option for that as well. These are the different tools that can be used. And projects is a kind of file explorer for your Canva teachers, which you can use to save all the things that we are doing here. And last section is apps, where, like I said, all different apps can be connected with Canva and they can be used along with this. I hope teachers, the interface is clear to you. Any questions so far? I mean, the different tabs that are available, those are clear to you. Anyone has got any question as of now? All right.
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much for replying, ma'am. Perfect. That's clear, right? Now, there's one interesting thing that I would like to show you, teachers. Here at the bottom, there are again several options. What are these? Let us find out. Here, we can see notes. For example, now regarding this page, as you can see, multiple pages can be added. Here, there's first page. I can add one more. So we can keep on adding page. For each page, we can have some note here. That note might not be visible to someone else, but we can have it for ourselves so that we can keep a track of it. Let's say this is a poster we are creating. So I'm writing poster education. Okay, I'll put it in brackets. Now here is a note I would like to add. I'll write maybe project for grade 6, right? This is the note we would like to add. Now let's close this. So the notes will be present here. We can click and we can always see the notes for this poster. This is the notes section. And here we have the zoom option. We can increase and decrease size of the canvas. Now, why is it required? Whenever we want to work on something in detail, like let's say we want to color something, we want to color it very precisely. That time, the zoom option is going to help us and it is going to give us a better view as well. So we can increase and decrease the size using the slider. You can see the percentage also here, teachers. Now let's do one thing. Let's see the next option. We can see here pages are there because there are 2 pages. It is showing 1 out of 2. First page out of the 2. That is what we have clicked, right? Again, when you see this page, teachers, there are options to move further. We can see it in a thumbnail pattern this way, or we can see it one below the other. Correct? So let's go for the thumbnail part. And then there is an option to view it in a grid view as well. So this is the grid view. It will appear in a grid manner. Let's close this. Let's bring it to the normal. And this is the full screen mode, teachers, which will help us get into the full screen mode. Whenever we are done with our work, we can always preview it with the help of this option. Let's press escape key to bring back to the same mode now. Now, I hope, teachers, the interface is completely clear to you, right? Now, let's get started with our poster that we would want to go further with. So what we will do is we are creating a poster from scratch. So first thing we will do is to click design. And here, let's search for education or educational poster. We are currently using a template, teachers, but again, there are options to use other also. You can see here, I've clicked on templates. And now once we scroll down, we can choose the one we want. Let's say we want this. So all we have to do is to click and the poster will be ready here. The poster is there. Now, there are several other features that we would like to see related to the poster. What are those? Let us understand them one by one. I would like to ask you, teachers, whenever we are creating posters, what are the interesting things that we like to add into it? Can you all tell me? Can you all reply in the chat? What are the interesting things that we add in it? Or what you can, I would like to have an answer to one question. Okay, heading. Yes, Abhishek sir. Graphics, catchy phrase, right? Pictures, images, correct, ma'am? Correct. Images and graphics, right? Now, as you can see here, okay, Ruchi ma'am says heading and logo. Yes, ma'am, very correct. Heading and logo is
हाँ मैम, इसका जो लोगो है ये हम अपने अकॉर्डिंग यहाँ पे चेंज भी कर सकते हैं कि अगर हमने से
बिल्कुल
चेंज
बिल्कुल,
करना
यस
हो
मैम।
तो।
जी जी जी, बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं। और अगर आप देख पा रहे हैं यहाँ पर, जैसे आप लोगों ने अभी सबने रिप्लाई किया कि इमेजेस ऐड कर सकते हैं, ग्राफिक्स ऐड कर सकते हैं, हेडिंग, तो ऑलरेडी यहाँ पर बहुत सारी चीजें हैं क्योंकि हमने टेम्पलेट लिया एज इट इज। यहाँ पर बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, करेक्ट। अब हम क्या करेंगे, यहाँ से एक चीज जो मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगी वो ये है कि हम इसकी स्टाइल चेंज कर सकते हैं। जैसे हमने अभी यहाँ पर क्लिक किया इस पूरे पोस्टर पर, और जैसे हम देख रहे हैं यहाँ पर टेम्पलेट स्टाइल ये है, करेक्ट। हर बार इसे क्लिक करेंगे हम, तो ये जो कलर स्कीम है, दिस इज गोइंग टू वर्क। यू कैन सी एवरी टाइम अ न्यू बैकग्राउंड इज अपीयरिंग एंड द शेड्स आर चेंजिंग, करेक्ट। This is happening because we are using the styles option. You can see there is a color palette which can be used, which will change the look of the entire poster. Ruchi ma'am says you can add it as animation. Yes, ma'am, that also can be done. Correct. Now you can see the color scheme, teachers. See, the moment I click this, the color scheme changes. So we can have several options here, and I would say the possibilities are endless. That can be as creative as you want it to be. Correct. Now, this is the styling part. We have changed the style of this poster. Now, let's talk about the next part which we are going to have here. That is graphics. Now, how do we add graphics? Some graphics are already there, but what if we want to add more? Maybe let's use this. We want to add graphics to it. How do we do it? Let's go to the elements. I think in education, there's one important thing that we need always as teachers and even students also. We often carry a school bag to the school, correct? So let's have a bag here. Let's say I'm searching for school bag. Press enter. Now here, there are several options, teachers. There are graphics, photos, frames. What we will do is we will go for graphics. So let's click see all, and maybe we use this graphic, or yeah, maybe this one to match the color scheme, and we can position it. Now you can see how to position it. We just have to drag and drop it wherever we would like to. Then if we are trying to resize this picture or resize this graphics, we will do it from the corners. So let's move it this way and make it smaller. Let's zoom it a little bit. Yes. And place it here. So this looks better, right, teachers? Now, the next thing that we will be doing is we will be using more and more graphics whenever we want. Again, there's a choice. There is a variety of graphics available, teachers. We can add as many things as we want. Okay, now, we have seen these graphics are some kind of images only, correct? Now, how do we upload an image or add an image to this poster? We want to take it from somewhere else. Let's say maybe from Google or from your system. How do we do that then? We will click uploads and let's upload a file. Let's say we would like to add this bulb here, which shows maybe an idea or Eureka, correct? Now, it's available here on the left-hand side. Let's click it and we will be able to use it as well. So here it is available in the poster now. It's already set. So what do we do with this image now? I hope, teachers, the image is visible to you. The bulb image that we have used here, it's visible to all of you, right? Okay, right. It's visible. All right, ma'am. Thank you so much for responding. Now, let's talk about the image that we are using here. So this image can be edited. How can we do that? We can edit the photo or the image that we are having here with the help of filters or effects. And there are more things also. So let's click the image. Yes, this is the image. I'll show it to you in a better manner. One second. I'll create. Let's do it on this canvas right now. Let's add this image here. Let's say, teachers, the image is too big or too small, and we would like to make it a little better. We won't want to remove the unwanted part of the image. Then in that case, we have the crop tool available here. All we have to do is to move these handles, and we will be able to remove the unwanted part from this image like this. I think I should be adding a background here, background color, so that you can see it clearly, right? I hope now it is visible, teachers. Graphics, Ruchi ma'am, we can change colors at some point. Some graphics will allow, but some will not. All right. So let's go for the next part now, teachers. We have seen how to crop the image, right? There is one more feature that I would like to show you. Once we click here, you can see these two arrows. These are two-way arrows. What will these do is these will help us rotate the picture, rotate towards left, towards the right, or you can completely turn it upside down. That's your choice. Like this. It can be moved to any angle, and that's what makes it interesting. We wouldn't have to use the images as they are. We can always resize them, rotate them to give it an much more interesting effect, I would say. So let's bring it back here. Now, there is one interesting feature again I would like to show you, and that is currently this bulb is pointing upwards. Now, what if we wanted the other way, but we do not want to mess with this angle? Right now, you can see when we try to move it, the angle might change, right? It would not be in a proper way. So in that case, what can we do? Let's keep it to 0 first. Now, we want to make it upside down. How do we do it? We click this image and we click the flip option. Just 1 minute, please. Yes. Let's click flip. And we have two different options. Flip horizontally, that is, the change will happen horizontally, 180 degrees. And if we flip vertically, the same thing, again, 180 degrees angle, but it will flip vertically, like this, upside down. All right. So flip is an interesting option that we can use. Now, I hope, teachers, this is clear to all of you. The flip part, horizontal rotation, vertical rotation. I mean, the flip and the rotation part is clear to you, all of you. Right. Now, there are so many options that we can use and we can apply to our design so that we can make it attractive. How do we do it? I'll show you one interesting feature. We double click this. Sorry. We click this image and then we click the edit option. And on the left hand side, we will be able to see just one. We can see here several options. There is edges, there is filters, effects, apps, so many of them. Let us understand what is the edges part. Here, we can increase these different features. You can see, you can increase the temperature, which is going to change the color of the icon that we have taken or the image that we have taken. Tint, if we change, again, you can see there are minor changes, but yes, they are. It has become much more brighter now. When I've reduced the tint, it has become brighter in color, right? Now let's increase the light. So you can see how the shade of the bulb is changing. Let's change the contrast and check. Maybe highlights, we can increase or decrease. So there are several options which will help us enhance the image or enhance the poster also. We can see there is color edit here. So if you want, we can have a different color bulb maybe. Why go for the regular sodium vapor lamp, correct? It's time we upgrade to much more better options, LEDs, right? So this is what we can use and make it a better option. Right. So this is the adjust feature, teachers. I would like to tell you a few more of them, but I hope you are all able to understand all the things we are doing. Is it too fast or too slow, teachers? I would like to have your responses in the chat, or maybe you can turn on your mic and tell me. Okay, Anju ma'am says yes. Okay, Ruchi ma'am also says fine. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, so we've seen crop and rotate. And now I would like to ask you, teachers, if you could start locating on the screen right now, is there any feature that you see which will help us save the design? Any save button anywhere that you see? Any save option that you see anywhere, teachers? Okay, Ruchi ma'am says share. Yes, ma'am, that is an option. True. But what else? What else can you see here? Right. Share option works. Aman ma'am says yes. Upload. Okay. When we want to save this image, teachers, we wouldn't have to do anything. The image gets saved automatically here in Canva itself. Canva is an interesting platform which will help us save everything automatically. You can see here this option. It says all changes saved. It will save everything right in the Canva platform for all of us. Yes, Anju ma'am, it's correct. Auto save. That's the correct feature. Now, since we have already edited this image, let's flip it vertically first. and copy it. Now, what we want to do is we want to duplicate. So right click and duplicate so that we can create a copy so that we don't end up editing the same thing again and again. So let's drag it down and put it here on page 2. So you can see, teachers, on page 2, this image is available and this is how it's present here. But now it is overlapping the heading that we have. How do we fix it? We will simply right click and click the layer option and send it to back. So you can see now it has gone behind the heading and behind the text, right? So this is how the poster is created, teachers. So our poster is ready. Now, how do we save it? Like you all told, it is auto save. That's correct. How do we download it to our system? So there's an interesting, there's an easy option to do so. Let's click the share button and then click download. Correct. So here we have the download option. Let's click download and the image will get downloaded to the system. I hope, teachers, the poster part is clear to you. Anyone has got any questions? So here we are. We'll click the save option and it gets saved. Right. Any questions, teachers, regarding the platform right now or regarding the designing of the poster? Okay. Seems like all of you are clear with the poster part. Okay, perfect, perfect. Thank you, Sylvia ma'am. Thank you, Abhishek sir, for the answers. Right. Now that we are done with the part of the poster, right? It's time that we recollect everything with the help of our posters. Sorry, our quiz questions, right? So let me just go to that. Just 1 minute. Let's open it in a present view mode. Yes. So I suppose all of you are able to see, ma'am, we have taken 2 pages. Can you show them? Okay. Yes, Anju, ma'am. Showing it. Yes. This is the first page, ma'am, and this is the second page. Again, this is something I opened so that I could show you the cropping of the image and how we can edit it. So this, if it is not required, all you can do is click this and simply delete page. This is how we can do it. So there's just one poster that we want, and we can download 1 or 2, whatever you feel like. All right. Okay, so let's go to the quiz part, teachers. And here we are. This one. Now, the first question says, the dash tool in Canva allows you to remove unwanted parts of an image. Rotate, resize, or crop. A, B, C. Which options are correct? Okay, the answers are pouring in. The answer is C. That is the crop tool. Very correct, teachers. That's the correct answer. Let's move to the next one. Here. The second question says, dash an image means creating a mirrored or reverse version of the original image. I think already we have answers coming in. That's right. Before I read the options, I think answer is here. Flipping is the correct answer. It felt like KBC, where nobody allowed Amitabh Bachchan to give away the options. Flip. Ashwini ma'am says flipping. Okay, yes. Rekha ma'am says flipping. Perfect, perfect. That's the correct answer, teachers. Flipping is the correct option. Now, let's come to the next part here. We are done with one project. Let's go to the next one and understand what is that. We are going to have mind maps here. Now, what are mind maps? Let us understand that as well. This is the project we are creating, and this is a project from grade 6 teachers, and we will be using the mind map tool for that. But what is mind map? Let us understand that as well. But before that, here is a simple example that I would like to ask you a question about. Let's say you want to organize a trip. Maybe it could be a picnic, or let's say somewhere you are visiting a certain place, right, with your students to a historical site, or maybe a nice picnic spot, right? How would you plan the trip? I would like to have your answers in the chat, teachers. Let me know, how are you going to plan the trip? It could be to a historical museum. Now you can see right now your historical site, but it could be anything. It could be a picnic. It could be some architectural marvel, I would say, or it could be a museum, anything, any trip. Nikita ma'am says, yes, mind map. That's correct, ma'am. Exactly, Pooja ma'am. Decide place at the first place, right? That first thing is to decide the place. Okay, that's one thing. What else, ma'am? What else would you plan? Arrange transport. Amandeep ma'am says, yes, ma'am, correct. That is the most, Huge requirement. How do we make people go there? Okay, that's one thing. Place is decided. Let's say we are going to maybe Agra. That's a wonderful place. Arrange transport. Okay, we will all go by train. We will plan stepwise. Correct. Pooja ma'am said strength of students. Perfect, perfect. How many students are interested? Yes, ma'am. I suppose all the students these days arranging accommodation. That's right. Correct, Sukmeet ma'am. Arranging accommodation. Time. Perfect, Rekha ma'am. Date and time is something that's important. We have to decide how many, which date are we going? What time are we leaving? All of that. Okay. Right. And the places to be visited. Perfect, perfect. Anything that you're missing out, teachers? Anything while on the trip that is the most, I would say, required thing during a trip? Create poster. Okay, yes, Ruchi ma'am, we will do that as well. Food, yes, Mary ma'am says food, correct. And Zainab ma'am says rules. Okay, those two things are very important. Food and the rules as well, correct? So food is something we can plan. Okay, Abhishek says money, sir says money. First aid kit, yes, yes. Perfect, teachers. That was a great planning for the trip, right? Now, let's talk about the same things again. That is, whenever we are planning a trip, we would list out all the things like you all just did, correct? So first is choosing a destination, then date and time that is to be set. We will arrange transportation, like you all told. We will plan the different activities that are to be done or whatever sites are to be visited, just like you said. And yes, the menu. That's an important thing. What would you all be having for breakfast, for lunch, or what are the arrangements for the meals, right? That is to be checked. Now, all this can be done with the help of visual plan. How that visual plan is to be created with the help of mind maps. So here, when we see it in a visual format, do you think it is much more easier to understand and visually appealing, teachers? You can see an image on the left side. Is it visually appealing and I would say easier to understand? Is it? You can give me a thumbs up or you can also reply in the chat. Yes, definitely. That is interesting and easy to understand as well, right? And definitely looks much more organized, doesn't it? Yes, I'm getting a lot of thumbs up. Thank you, teachers. So this has been created using mind map. Now, mind map, it is an interesting tool which will help us organize the ideas, connect the ideas. There are several options to do that. We can use graphics, we can use shapes, colors, lines, text, and so many things more. Okay, so let's take a look at it all one by one and start creating the mind map. How do we do that? Let's go back. First thing, let's do one thing. Let's save this poster with a name. So poster, I'm marking it as education. Okay, so that whenever you are in your Canva platform, you can always view where it is saved or with what name it is saved. Correct. So let's, okay. Again, let's click this option and we can either click Canva to go to the home page or we can always click create. Now here, when we create, we'll search for mind map. I think I made a mistake. Okay, poster mind map. No, no, no. We'll go for mind map only. Correct. So again, here also you can see the orientation, teachers. We will go for mind map landscape. So a blank canvas will open. And all the features that we have seen so far, on the left-hand side, you can see elements, text, brand, uploads. All these remain the same. We can again add more pages here if required. We can change the view like you have seen before. Correct? All these things remain the same. It's now what we are going to add in the mind map here. Okay. So very first thing we will do is to see the project that we are going to do. So here what we'll do is, teacher, we will create a poster, sorry, a mind map for organizing a birthday party, right? Now, how do we do that? Very first thing, we will search for shapes. Let's go to elements and here, let's search for shapes. It could be any shape here. Let's maybe take this one or this one also can be taken. You can see here, the shape is available now. Let's resize it using these handles. This size seems sufficient and we can position it the way we want it. All right. Now, let's write something into it. We can use two options, teachers. Here, because we are using a shape, we will be able to write it directly here as well. As you can see, birthday party. Okay, I'll increase the size so that it is visible to you all. Let's say we make it 30. Okay, or maybe bigger than that. Let's make it 40. Okay, big enough. Now, what do we do with the next part here? That is, we can change the color. There are several options available to change the look and feel of the text that we have here, teachers. So what we can do is we can select this. Even if you don't select the text, that is fine. Just select the shape that you are editing in. And then this option is available. Yes, the text color. So we can change the text color. Maybe this is fine. Let's give it a bold effect or italic effect again we want, and we can even underline it. This is the strike to through feature, teachers, which will help us strike out the text. Let's use it. And this one. Pattern can be used. Pooja ma'am, didn't get your question. What kind of pattern are we asking about? Please, if you could specify that, I will be able to answer your question. Right. Fonts. Yes, sir. Abhishek sir will be going for fonts here. So here we have the font option, and through which we can change the font here. You can see there are several options available, teachers. And let me tell you one interesting thing. आप लोग हिंदी या फिर देवनागरी स्क्रिप्ट भी यूज कर सकते हैं. And there are so many options to do that as well. All you have to do is to search for Devanagari. I often do it. Here you can see. Right now, it will not be visible. See, this is because this is already in English. That is why this font will not work. But you can use the Devanagari script also. So let's use a nice font here. Maybe this. All right. The size is big enough. So let's increase. I think maybe a little more size can be used. Pooja ma'am says, ma'am, in PPT, we are using pattern. Yes, ma'am. That also can be used. There's no restriction to that. We can. So here, let's now come to the next part, teachers. Let's say we are organizing a birthday party, right? You all told me for a trip. Can you all tell me what are the different things that will be required for a birthday party? If you are planning it, what would be the different requirements? Come on, teachers. I would like all of you to answer me in the chat. Invitation, very correct, Ruchi ma'am. That also can be created in Canva. List, guess, return gifts. Perfect, Anju ma'am. You were so, kind-hearted. You were giving return gifts also. Zainab ma'am says, okay. Theme, list of friends, menu. Correct, ma'am. The food. The food is always highlight of any event, right? Games. That's correct. Now, what do? We want to create all of this and we want to put them together also. So what we will do is music. Yes, correct, ma'am. So I will definitely, I'll add these ideas here. For that, what we will do is we will use a shape again. So here it is a circle. Now, when we want to make the circle a little smaller, if you do it using these horizontal and vertical angles, then it is going to change the shape of the circle. It would make it I would say height and width ratio would not remain the same. It would change. Instead, what we can do is we can use these side handles to change the size. Okay, so maybe little big would do. Okay. So here, very first thing, invitations, or we can say invitations, or let's say we'll put it in bracket, guests. Okay. Guest list. Right. You can see, teachers, this is tiny right now. Correct? So let's increase the font size here. Let's make it maybe 25. That's it. Much better. Correct? Now, what we will do is we will change the font here. Let's make it interesting. Maybe this one. Okay. All right. Pooja ma'am, I'll show you that in Hindi also. The Devanagari part that you said, right? Okay. Yes, Abhishek sir, changing the color as well. So I'm looking for a nice font. Maybe this one. No, not so cool. I think we should go for a nice one. If any suggestions, teachers, please let me know. Let's have a wonderful font. Okay. Cursive is something that often excites me. So maybe we can have that, or let's say not, because the visibility also should be there, proper visibility. All right. Pooja ma'am, I'll be coming to the next part, that is the tool part, which we are having. You're talking about the Devanagari script, right? We'll show. I will try to show as many things as possible, teachers. Okay, so this is ready. I think the font is a little big, so let's make it a little smaller. Let's change the text color. Maybe we can have this color. No, it doesn't look good. Okay, this could be one. Or if you want to change it, again, let's use a darker color, or this also would do. Correct. Okay, so if this is done, teachers, okay. Aman ma'am says darker. Yes, ma'am. They have taken a darker color. So now it works better. Now, what do we do? There is one more thing that we have to add. I mean, not just one more, there are so many of them. So what do? We create the shape again and do the same thing all over, teachers. Should we do the same thing again? I mean, taking the shape, then typing in the text, and absolutely, Aman ma'am, that's the correct answer. We will duplicate. So let's delete the shape and duplicate. Let's click and delete first. Okay, it's not allowing me to delete. Now I'm able to delete. Click this, and then we can duplicate it. So one more thing is duplicated. We can place it the way we want to make it look more interesting. Now, the same thing has to be done again and again. Same size, copy, paste. Yes, yes, ma'am. There is one feature that I'm going to show you, which you will all be be excited to see it, teachers. So again, duplicate one more time, duplicate, and we can definitely use the copy paste options. That is, I would say the universal or the most exciting feature that we have in the system, right? How to duplicate, how duplicate differs. Okay. So, ma'am, when we are copy pasting a particular thing, let's say I'm copying this birthday party, okay, and I'm pasting it here. This is copy paste. Whereas when we say duplicate, this is going to duplicate the entire element that we are using, the entire shape, the text in it, the text style in it, everything gets duplicated. Whatever, not just, this part, whatever you are selecting, if you want to duplicate that, that can be done. Let's say duplicate. See, one more copy has been created. Can you see it, ma'am? This is the difference. Again, copy paste also would work. There wouldn't be a problem. But yes, definitely, because it's Canva, we are using all the advanced features here. All right. So this is done. Now, your teachers, whenever you want to align all the content, these lines are going to help you understand where to place a proper element and where to change the location. You will all be able to do that easily. Again, now here we can see, okay, 3 are done. Let's add one more maybe. Let's duplicate and place it here. We can add more and more. There is no restriction. Correct. So let's change the text here. Let's say, let's make it food or meals. Then we have the games and activities. Games and activities. Return gifts, someone suggested. So let's add those as well. Decoration. Yes, yes, ma'am. Definitely. Return gifts and decoration. Decoration. Okay. Right? So all this is done. Now a connection between them is required. How do we do that? We will simply search for an arrow here. Let's type arrow in the design, elements part. And we can see there are different types here. So what we can do is we can use any one of them. Let's use this dotted line, dotted arrow, I would say. Now, how do we connect it so that it looks better? First thing, if we randomly do it this way, you can see here, it will give a shabby look. It is going to give a shabby look. So let's make it uniform. How do we do that? Now you can see one end of this arrow here. And once you start moving, drag it upwards or anywhere, you can see here the shape which is above, the birthday party shape. It's showing us an option. It's showing us a circle there. So once we drop it here, it will be at the center and at the bottom also. It is connected to the perfect place or location, you can say. Now, this end of the arrow, we will place it here. We will attach it with this circle. Okay. Now, once we move this circle, you can see the arrow also moving. Let me drag it so that you get a better view. Correct. So when we place it anywhere randomly, teachers, what will happen is it will not move along with the shape. Okay, can you see? It's trying to move the entire shape here. Okay, so what happens is it gets a better placement when we do it through this option, as you can see. Right. Now, let's say we want to give it a color. Okay, so let's make it a nice color. Maybe this one would work. And we will increase the line style, line weight if we want. Let's increase the border, line weight. 6 is fine. And once we click the line here, we will also be able to change the line start. At the beginning, we don't want anything. At the end, we want an arrow which looks this way. All right. So the arrow is created. Now, simply duplicating it would work. Okay, I think I deleted. Okay. Thank God there is an undo option. Okay. Duplicate. Yes. So one more arrow is ready. Now let's place it here properly and here. Again, duplicate and place it here. Same thing repeated. Duplicate and place it here. Keep it at the proper end, teachers, so that it looks uniform. Yes. And this. Done. So I think the decoration part is not at a proper location. Let's set it. Yes. Now it is much better. Now let's say, teachers, we are not happy with the color scheme and all. Okay. Then what do we do? Now let's say for this shape, we want to change the color. So let's click here and let's choose another color maybe. Maybe this color, or let's say this. No. Okay. Okay, let's go for this color. I think, yes, it looks much better. Now, let's change the font also. Let's say, the reason I'm doing the font change here is, I mean, it's not required, but I would like to show one interesting feature, teachers, which we can use to make it more better. Okay, yes. This is what we have changed. I think only a part of it has changed. So let's make it, let's select the entire thing, or fonts. Yes. So everything has now changed. Okay. And let's say maybe we increase the font size a little bit like this. Now we have done so many changes to it. We have changed the color, I mean, the background color of the shape. We have changed the font style. We've changed the size, so many things. Now we don't want to do it again and again. So there is an easy method to do that. All we will do is to simply click this shape, click this option, copy style, and click here. Automatically, everything will change. Again, let's do it. Copy style, and you can see it has changed. So the style gets copied completely. We wouldn't have to do it for every little feature here. Simply copy and paste the style. Copy and paste the style. That's it. Easier, teachers. Easy to understand, right? We can see that the mind map is ready. Now we can try to move it if we want a little bit, maybe towards this side, or here maybe. I think that would look better. Yes. Placing it properly wouldn't be a tougher task, teachers. You can see clearly these guidelines are available, and that's the best feature in Canva, which helps us place everything in a proper manner. Nothing looks out of the way. Correct, correct. Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Trupti ma'am. All right. So teachers, you can see the mind map also is ready. Correct. Now, like I said, most of times whenever we are working in Canva, or let's say we are working on any part where we have to thinking about a lot of colors in it. How to change background, background of the shape, ma'am, a background color of the shape, or the one which is having the mind map, entire part. Which one are you talking about, Ruchi ma'am? Yes, Pooja ma'am, we can do the grouping. We will have to select all the elements together like this and group so that they don't move. Entire background. Yes, ma'am. So here we will click the canvas and we have the option here to change the background color. Let's click this and we can choose any option from here. Let's say this one or this or any, color for that matter. So I'm not getting a better color option here. Okay. I'll show you. There's one interesting feature that I would like to show you. Right now, this color just does not suit, right? But I'm unable to manage the color scheme. Somehow that's not working. Then there is one more interesting thing. I would like to show you that. Let's open a new tab. And here, it's a feature from Canva itself. You can search here, Canva color palette. Let's search for that. Or color wheel also is there. Okay, so we can use any one of these palette generator. Let's go for this. And you can see amazing colors are put in together, teachers, and there are beautiful shades, I must say. You can see this pastel shades here. There is a variety of colors, and those have been put in together so that a wonderful color palette gets created. Now, individually, if we look for all the colors, it's going to be tough, right? We will have to look for the name of the color, for the color code, the hexadecimal code for that color. There is one easy method that I would like to show you all, and that is taking a screenshot. Let me show you how that works. I'm taking a screenshot of this part. Okay. And the screenshot has been taken. Now let's go back to Canva and I'll paste this screenshot here. Okay, done. This is done. Let's bring it to the... We don't want it here, but the reason we are adding it here is there's a feature that I would like to show. So let's right click and apply colors to page. Can you see? The color scheme has been applied to the page. If we click it again, there will be different colors adding in. You can see apply colors to page. So the more and more we do it, the more and more interesting it becomes. That's one feature that we can add. Let's bring it back to the previous version so that we can see all the colors properly. Right. Okay. Right. Thank you, ma'am. I knew it. You all would love it, right? So I would like to ask teachers if you've got any questions regarding this, regarding the mind map that we have just completed. Yes, ma'am. Shapes and colors are also can be changed. Let me show you. Okay. Yes. How to change the shape? We'll click here and we can change it. Here you can see the edit option. This can be converted into a triangle or a pentagon as well. You can see, whichever shape you like. You can see this. It will be easily changed. Let's make it pentagon and we can have rounded. I have a query where we use the Canva. Where we use the Canva, I didn't get your question, ma'am. Could you please turn on your mic and tell me what exactly is your question about? आप क्या पूछना चाहती हैं, ma'am? Thank you, Kiran, ma'am. Aman, ma'am, if you were able to turn on the mic, you could turn it on and tell me आप क्या पूछना चाहती हैं? All right, I think that is something we can do it at the end. If you're not able to unmute yourself, teachers, no problem. Now, you can see the corners are pointed, right? Teachers, I would request you to note down your doubts right now. We will, I'll answer all your questions at the end, okay? There are a few things left that we will do, and then we'll switch to questions and answers. All right, so you can see here, the corners of the pentagon are pointed, right? So what we'll do is we'll increase this corner rounding so that they are rounded like this maybe. And we can also have a border color. Now, border weight has to be increased so that the border is visible. So you can see there is a black color border, but we can definitely change it when we want. So maybe this color, right? Looks better. Now, what we will do is simply, teachers, we won't be doing the same thing for all the other shapes. We will simply click and we will copy the styles. Just 1 minute. Okay, we'll have to ungroup it. Let's click and ungroup. Ungroup is necessary, teachers, because we have grouped everything, so we are not able to copy the style. So copy, done. And we can change the shape also if we want. See here, copy. Now the shape will not change directly because it's a different shape that we have taken. So it will not change directly like this. Yes, it's done. We've chosen pentagon, but not, okay, shape did not change. Yes, ma'am, shape will not change. That is something we will have to do manually. Okay, so we click here, we click the edit option, and then we change the shape here. So let's say pentagon again, that will happen. For this one also, again, change like this, ma'am. The style will be copied. When we say style, mostly it will copy the font style, the font size, bold, italic, underline, effects, and so on. All right, all right. Okay, so seems like teachers, this is all clear to you, right? All the things that we have just discussed are clear to you. If the font was copied, yes, ma'am, yes. Font name has to be copied, ma'am. Only then the font will change. But then we will have to do it. That is something to be done manually. So when we don't want to do that, we can always use the copy style option. Yes, we can change it separately, ma'am. Each bubble or each shape can have a different font style, font color, or I would say bold, italic, underline effect, right? Those are the different options we use. And again, there is a change case also. I would like to show you that as well. See, once we click this, now, let's say we would like to click this option here. Here we will be able to see, one second. Now, you can see here the change case option. We can either make it uppercase, everything becomes uppercase, or we can change it to lowercase like that. We can change the font separately also. If we want for this one, we want to have a different font style. This is the one, let's say, let's make it this. You can see the font style changed, correct? There's always undo option, which we can use to bring everything back to the same method. Okay. I would first like to take questions from you all, teachers. Team, if you could help use the unmute feature for all the teachers, I think one by one, they can start asking me the questions.
Hi, Anjali. I'm just enabling the unmute for everyone. They can.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Okay. Mind map of today's lesson. Okay. This is the question.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. This is Miss Anjum.
Yes, Anjum, ma'am.
So, when I am logging to my Canva, so when I am taking a class, the students will not have their IDs, right? So, how
Yes.
can they work with only one ID?
In that case, ma'am, I would suggest you can create, maybe, let's say you have a strength of 30 students, right?
Yes.
Let's say in one class you have a strength of 30 students. Then in that case, ma'am, you can create dummy IDs, or you can say multiple email IDs, which you can link to Canva. If you don't want their parents' ID to be used, then you can always use this option. आप क्रेडिट सॉरी आप उनके लिए ईमेल आईडीज क्रिएट करके जिनका एक्सेस आप ही के पास रहेगा, लेकिन आपके सारे सिस्टम्स जो आपकी लैब में है वहां पर कैनवा के लिए ये लॉगिन आप यूज कर सकते हैं. Hyperlink.
Okay,
Yes,
they
ma'am.
should have their own IDs, right?
Yes, yes, they can have their own ID, ma'am, and they can also use the ID that you have provided. That is completely up to you. क्योंकि कई बार ऐसा हो जाता है कि पेरेंट्स भी बहुत इंटरेस्टेड होते हैं, वो दे देते हैं अपना ईमेल आईडी जिससे स्टूडेंट अपना अकाउंट
Yes,
क्रिएट
but they need a phone, no, ma'am. They need a phone, no.
फोन. मैम
Login के
फर्स्ट
लिए,
टाइम जब
guys.
फर्स्ट टाइम जब लॉग इन जब अकाउंट क्रिएट करना होगा, दैट टाइम इट विल बी रिक्वायर्ड, बट देन दे कैन हैव द आईडी एंड पासवर्ड विच दे कैन यूज टू लॉग इन एवरी टाइम. सो यू कैन आस्क देम टू नोट इट डाउन, और हर बार लॉग इन कर सकते हैं मैम आईडी और पासवर्ड एंटर करके. वुडंट बी अ प्रॉब्लम. जैसे मैंने अभी लॉग इन किया था थोड़ी देर पहले.
Problem in my class, facing a little bit of problem in my class. So
हाँ,
it's
हाँ.
very bit challenging for us.
The ID creation thing, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
I get it, ma'am. I get it. ये थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम जरूर होगा, बट उसके फायदे भी है मैम. दो चीजें हैं. एक जो मैं बताना चाहूंगी, सबसे पहले जो भी स्टूडेंट वर्क कर रहे हैं उनका वर्क सेव हो जाता है. दैट इज वन थिंग. सेकेंड थिंग, कैनवा का ऐप भी है, तो कई बार जब आप जब स्टूडेंट्स एक्सपेरिमेंट करना चाहे या बहुत कुछ एक्सप्लोर करना चाहे, तो वो डायरेक्टली फोन पर भी कर सकते हैं. वेबसाइट ओपन करने की जरूरत नहीं होगी, फोन पर भी कर पाएंगे. और क्योंकि फोन उनके पेरेंट का ही होगा, तो बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि बच्चे पेरेंट्स से फोन ले लेते हैं, तो कुछ फ्रूटफुल भी कर पाएंगे. कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग भी कर पाएंगे rather than watching watching something on YouTube और गेम्स. कैनवा में बहुत सारी चीजें एप्लीकेशंस वो भी क्रिएट हो सकती है.
Yeah, but in class में लेते वक्त they will not have their phone. No, yes, I mean they have to click. The parents need to click then
हाँ,
and there.
एक ऑप्शन बताना चाहूंगी मैम. जैसे देखिए, मान लेते
हाँ,
हैं कि न्यू विंडो ओपन कर रही हूँ मैं, यहाँ पर कैनवा ओपन कर रही हूँ. तो देखिए यहाँ ओपन कर रही हूँ तो ऑटोमेटिकली अब मैंने लॉग इन किया है, इसीलिए वो डायरेक्टली मुझे दिखा रहा है, राइट. अगर मैं यहाँ से
yes,
लॉग
yes.
आउट कर लेती हूँ, ठीक है, लॉग आउट ऑफ ऑल
Okay.
अकाउंट्स कर लेती हूँ, लॉग आउट कर लिया, फिर से कैनवा का ही लिंक ओपन कर लेते हैं. ओके, तो देखिए
Okay.
ये लॉगिन का ऑप्शन दिखा रहा है. अब लॉगिन करते समय
Yes.
मैं यहाँ पर अपना जो मेरा जो ब्राउजर है, ठीक है, मेरा नाम है यहाँ पर, मैं ये वाला अकाउंट नहीं यूज
Yes.
कर रही. ओके, यूजुअली हम क्या करते हैं,
Okay.
ब्राउजर में लॉगिन कर लेते हैं. वो नहीं कर रही हूँ मैं यूज कर रही हूँ हमारा कंपनी का दूसरा अकाउंट. तो ईमेल आईडी एंटर कर दिया. अब मुझे रिक्वायरमेंट होगी यहाँ पासवर्ड की. तो पासवर्ड जो कैनवा के लिए क्रिएट किया है मैम, उस पासवर्ड की रिक्वायरमेंट होगी. यहाँ पर जीमेल के अकाउंट की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं होगी. तो वो पासवर्ड यहाँ एंटर किया जा सकता है एंड देन इट कैन बी लॉग्ड इन, इस तरीके से.
Okay. Do the students will get a password and IDs?
यस मैम, यू कैन आस्क देम टू
Oh.
क्रिएट देम एंड फिर उससे वो क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. और आप उनसे कहिए ना कि
Oh.
हर ऐप में आते समय आईडी और पासवर्ड लिख के लाए, ताकि वो इजीली लॉग इन कर पाए मैम. पेरेंट के जीमेल अकाउंट
Okay.
की मतलब गूगल अकाउंट की पासवर्ड की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. कैनवा के लिए वो क्रिएट करके दे
Okay.
सकते हैं, दैट कैन बी यूज्ड. ओके, थैंक यू
Yes,
साक्षी
ma'am.
मैम.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you मैम. How can we add hyperlink मैम? Okay, hyperlink, एक मिनट मैम, यहाँ पर okay, let me just reload. राइट क्लिक करेंगे यहाँ जैसे, और लिंक वाला ऑप्शन आ जाता है. लिंक करने के बाद we can add a link here. Let's say we want to add it to Google. This is the link for Google. यही वाली लिंक कॉपी कर लेते हैं. मान लीजिए ये लिंक कॉपी कर ली आपने, और यहाँ सॉरी हाँ यहाँ पर, यहाँ लिंक आप इंसर्ट कर सकती हैं. और डिस्प्ले मोड अगर ऑन नहीं करना है तो कोई बात नहीं, डन कर दिया. और ये लिंक यहाँ पर आ गई. तो जब इस लिंक पर क्लिक करेंगे, देखिए आप यहाँ पर क्लिक करेंगे, आपको ये गूगल वाला ऑप्शन दिखाई देगा. वी कैन ओपन इट विदाउट आईडी ऑल्सो. कल्पना मैम, सॉरी, दैट वुड नॉट बी पॉसिबल. Sometimes browse all documents work, but they cannot save their project. They can only practice through. Exactly, ma'am. बिना लॉगिन किए, सॉरी, आई थिंक अभिषेक सर सेड दैट, राइट. तो सेम प्रॉब्लम आती है, अगर लॉगिन नहीं कर रहे हैं तो काम नहीं कर पाते हैं स्टूडेंट्स. तो वो सारा काम किया हुआ सेव भी तो होना चाहिए, राइट. दैट इज व्हाई वी वुड रेकमेंड क्रिएटिंग एन अकाउंट, टीचर्स. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर, टीचर्स. एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? You can all, I would like to ask you all to ask me questions. All right. Okay. Regarding the देवनागरी स्क्रिप्ट, राइट, आई थिंक पूजा मैम आपने पूछा था कि देवनागरी वाला पार्ट, रेखा मैम ने पूछा था कैसे करना है, राइट. ओके ओके, लिंक वाला पार्ट पहले बता दो. ओके मैम, राइट क्लिक on this option wherever you want to paste the link, and then there is a link option. You will click that and paste the link here, and then click done. So one more link is added. I mean, a link is added for this option as well, and this one also. All right. Let's talk about the Devanagari part that I was telling you. That is an interesting feature. Even I like. Okay. So for that, one thing you will have to do, teachers, is to download a tool from Google itself. You can note it down. It is Google Input. I'll mention it in the chat as well. Google Input tool, which you will have to download and install it in your systems, and then you can start using it. So let me show you. Just like you set the keyboard settings, I'm changing my keyboard settings to Devanagari right now. Okay. And then I'll look for Devanagari. Okay. So here maybe we add a text. For text, we can use anything. Directly, we can add a heading. Or we can also, I mean, we can use a shape. That is completely up to us, teachers. So let's move this heading somewhere in corner. Or, okay, in fact, Let's add it to a new page and paste it here. Let's make it 125. Yes. Correct. So this is how it will look. Now we want to change it. Yes, Abhishek sir, we can create a video project also. So we are going to take that up in the next week. We are going to cover that as well. So here, when we want to change the font style, teachers, let's click here and we are looking for fonts. Okay, let's look for Devanagari. I hope you are all able to see this option that I'm showing. One second, it should show. Yes. Let me change the tool input. Just give me a minute, teachers. Yes. So Devanagari. We can see here there are several Devanagari options available. Let's say we are writing Namaste. Let's choose this and right here. I'm changing the input tool, teachers, making it Devanagari, and let's write Namaskar. I hope you are able to see. Is it visible to all of you, teachers? We can use Devanagari and we can create interesting stuff in Canva as well. So it is an amazing feature that has been added, and I think there are several other applications also which are using Devanagari scripts these days. So it is easily possible to create invitations in Hindi, in Marathi, and other languages too. But currently, I think Rekha ma'am requested for Tamil. Sorry, ma'am, I do not have the Tamil input tool in my system right now. We will have to add Google input tool to the system. It is available in Google Teachers. You can try it out. Okay, so teachers, I hope all the topics that we have discussed so far are clear to you. If you've got any questions, please let me know. Can we type in English and Hindi, then get it in Hindi? Sorry, Kumud ma'am, that's not available. We will have to type it in that manner. Again, if we do it again, like I said, here, if we try to change this font style, or maybe let's say, let me just copy it here, and let's say I'm writing here school. So let's, and then change the font style. It will not take up the Devanagari script. It will be still in the English, alphabets only, English alphabets only. All right, all right. Okay, any other question, teachers? I would like you all to turn on your cameras. Let me see you all and see how are you feeling about the webinar that we have just done. We have learned so many things in Canva. And apart from the syllabus, there are again so many things that we have discovered today. I'm sure many of you might have learned these things newly, apart from what we had done, but what we have in the syllabus. Right, right. Thank you so much for turning on the camera, teachers. Thank you, Anju ma'am. Thank you, Kumud ma'am, Tabassum ma'am. Thank you so much. So like I said, teachers, if you've got any questions, please let me know in the chat, or you can also turn on your mics. You can turn on your mics and ask me the questions. Next week, we will be having another project. Yes, teachers. I think someone has turned on their mic and wants to ask a question.
No, ma'am. You are all the explain it very clearly.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm glad आप लोगों को सबको समझ में आया अच्छे से. और अगले वीक हम करेंगे दूसरे प्रोजेक्ट, जैसे अभिषेक सर ने पूछा वीडियो एडिटिंग, उसमें भी एक प्रोजेक्ट होगा, और दूसरा हम एनिमेशंस और इफेक्ट्स अलग अलग देखेंगे, जिससे आप अपने प्रोजेक्ट्स को और भी क्रिएटिव बना सकते हैं. And not just, whatever you have in the syllabus, again, definitely I'm going to show you something extra in the next session also. All right, teachers, a feedback form has been shared with you all. Team, again, can we share it? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Right. Thank you, Priyanka ma'am. Thank you so much. I'm glad you liked it. Okay, so requesting all of you to fill out the feedback form, teachers, so that we know what we can do better for you all and what new things can we come up with. I'll stop presenting my screen and I would love to interact with you all. If you all could turn on your cameras and try to share your feedback with us. Thank you, Kumud ma'am. Right, Aman ma'am has turned on the camera. Sukhmeet ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. Okay, Sayani ma'am, Kalpana ma'am, Shabana ma'am. Thank you so much, teachers. I hope you all liked the webinar that we had for today and it was informative for you all, right? I'm sure you all will be practicing something really interesting. So what you can do is, teachers, whatever projects we have done, you can try them out, or definitely you can try more things. And if you've got questions related to Canva, you can note them down. And in the next week, when we have the next webinar for Canva again, you can ask me your questions. Thank you so much, teachers. Thank you for the amazing responses that you've been giving me. And definitely it shows how much interested you are to learn new things.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks to you, Trupti ma'am. Provide the mind map. Okay. Kumud ma'am, can you specifically mention mind map? Do you want a screenshot or what exactly? I'll do one thing, teachers. I will share a link with you all. I'm sharing a viewable link with you all. You can do one thing. You can view it. I'll share the link for both the projects that we have just done. I'm sharing it in the chat. Yes. This is for mind map. The first link is for mind map, teachers. You can open it and even you will be able to view it because I've provided the access. You will all be able to view the app. Thank you so much, Sonali ma'am. And I'll share it for the other one also, the one we have created, the poster. Just a minute, teachers. Okay. Currently, I'm unable to open the other one. But never mind, teachers. I mean, I think the poster part was pretty much easy for you all, right? Yes, I can see. Okay, so many of you are opening the links. That shows your curiosity. I hope all of you are able to see the mind map that we have created. All right, teachers. Right. Thank you so much, teachers. I'm glad that you all loved the session and we will meet again in the next week. Team, can we end the webinar now?